What's happening, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome back to a brand new episode of The Drop, which is a weekly series hosted right here on the channel every single Sunday, where I let you guys know what games are coming out that week on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, the PC, whatever they might be coming out on. We will talk about it right here, and this week we have a pretty big release with The Division 2, on top of some other very interesting games, including one called Rico, which had been off my radar until now, but is very much so worth checking out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. To kick things off this week, we have Tom Clancy's The Division 2 coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Led by Massive Entertainment in collaboration with 7 other studios around the world, Tom Clancy's The Division 2 is the next evolution in the open-world online shooter RPG genre that the first game helped establish. Set 7 months after a deadly virus was released in New York City, Tom Clancy's The Division 2 will bring players into a fractured and collapsing Washington, D.C. The world is on the brink, with its people living through the biggest crisis ever faced in human history. As veteran Division agents, players are the last hope against the complete fall of society as enemy factions vie for control of the city. If Washington, D.C. is lost, the entire nation falls. Building upon more than 2 years of listening to and learning from the Division community, Tom Clancy's The Division 2 will offer a substantial campaign that organically flows into a robust endgame to create a cohesive and meaningful experience for all types of players. For those that don't know what happened with The Division 1, essentially when the game launched, it was well received. It's pretty much a cover-based third-person shooter with RPG mechanics. It's a really good game, especially now that it's incredibly cheap. But with that being said, the end game when the game first launched wasn't fulfilling in the slightest, and so as the months and years went on, more and more patches and more content came to the game, and because of that support, The Division actually regained a good bit of its footing over the course of its life when it really probably would have just died otherwise. Now with The Division 2, obviously Ubisoft does not want to repeat that kind of issue, and so I expect the end game for The Division 2 to be very robust, a game that can continue to grow and to evolve as more DLC is released and as more updates and support does come to the game. But with that being said, should you dive in on day one? To be quite honest with you, if you enjoyed The Division 1 and you're a big fan of RPGs and third-person shooters, you're probably going to enjoy this one, and also the game looks gorgeous. So if you do want to dive in, The Division 2 is coming out this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC, and of course many streamers are going to be checking it out over on Twitch, Mixer, Facebook, wherever you might watch your streams, so go ahead and tune in and see if it's something you might be wanting to check out for yourself. Next up, we have a very interesting game called Rico coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. 2 cops, 1 case, and only 24 hours to take them down. Can you score the bust of a lifetime? Take the role of a loose cannon police detective and face off against criminal gangs in an exciting procedurally generated action movie FPS. Join forces with a friend online or locally and take down those crooks in true buddy cop style. As a part of the Rico task force, your mission is clear: get in, take down the criminals, and get out again. Sounds easy, but it's not. Procedurally generated cases mean you'll never know who or what's waiting for you. Pick your loadout and then use your element of surprise to get a tactical edge over the enemy. Unlock new weapons, mission types, and traits, or dive into daily play and see how high you can climb the cop rankings. This game looks like a pretty solid blend of like a Hotline Miami in first person with something like a Super Hot. It just is a very cool looking game, especially with the art style that they have employed here. Again, this game was not on my radar. I think it was supposed to launch last year, but it actually got delayed. But I think that could be a good thing because this game is definitely launching at a good time for a lot of people, including myself, who are wanting this kind of thing. So I would highly recommend you checking out at least some gameplay of Rico when it comes out this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. Next up, we've got MX vs. ATV All-Out Anniversary Edition coming to the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. The complete off-road racing experience just added a staggering 14 additional tracks. MX vs. ATV All-Out Anniversary Edition includes the 3 add-ons Ricky Carmichael Farm, Hometown MX Nationals, and Slash's Snake Pit. All of this, plus the bikes, the ATVs, UTVs, original gear, Supercross, private compound, and massive open environments in one complete package. All terrain, all vehicles, all you. Of course, MX vs. ATV All Out is the complete off-road racing and lifestyle experience. Choose between bikes, ATVs, UTVs, refine your rider style at your private compound, and blast across massive open worlds to compete head-to-head in various game modes. The all-new freestyle mode allows you to win with style and crazy stunts, or go all out and show your riding skills in multiplayer. MX vs. ATV All Out launched last March, and to be quite honest with you, it's pretty much a middle-of-the-road MX vs. ATV game. It's gotten pretty much between a 6 and a 7 out of 10 from most outlets. I think it's sitting at a 42% on Metacritic, if that is something that matters to you. But if you did want to dive in and check out what the game has to offer with all of its DLC, this bundles all of that together. Would I recommend it? As much as I am nostalgic for the MX vs. ATV franchise, it's just quite frankly not worth the time. But again, you make your own decisions, you live your own life. So if you did want to dive in and check it out for yourself, the game is coming out this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Next up, we have One Piece World Seeker coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC as well. Set sail in an all-new One Piece adventure in One Piece World Seeker. Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates are back in an original... I don't watch this show. Original story that puts players into Luffy's point of view as he battles and explores an expansive and seamless world. Open landscapes provide many paths for players to experience Luffy's gum abilities. What is a gum? And swing into action. And now some bullet points that are relatively redundant. One Piece adventure with open fields to explore. Explore seamless and expansive areas in an all-new adventure, and experience an epic original story from Luffy's point of view with all of his gum abilities. I know the general idea of the show, and I think the gum abilities is like he's able to stretch and grab things from a long distance. If you're into One Piece and open worlds, hey, check out One Piece World Seeker coming to the PS4, Xbox One, and PC this week. And to round out today's show, we have the Caligula Effect Overdose coming out on the PS4, the Nintendo Switch, and the PC. Something's amiss in the seemingly perfect world of Mobius. Escape from the false paradise and return to reality, or risk losing more than just your identity. School is back in session. The Caligula Effect Overdose boasts enhanced visuals and gameplay, including new characters, new scenarios, new endings, and the mysterious forbidden musician route. Play as the newly added female protagonist, develop and execute flawless battle strategies with the imaginary chain, befriend and recruit over 500 students to your cause, or turn the tables and sabotage the Go Home Club's efforts to return to the real world. From an outsider's perspective, this looks and sounds like Persona, so if Persona is your kind of thing, you might want to dive in and check out the Caligula Effect. I'm sure I'm going to have some kind of angry weeb in the comments telling me how wrong I am, but with that being said, it's a risk I'm willing to take to avoid talking about this game any longer. I apologize. If you want to check out the Caligula Effect Overdose, it's coming out on the PS4, the Switch, and the PC this week. And like a cherry on top, we have one honorable mention, which is LEGO Marvel Collection coming out this week on the PS4 and the Xbox One, which includes both LEGO Marvel Superheroes 1 and 2 and Marvel's Avengers, along with all of the DLC. And that wraps it up for this week's episode of The Drop. If you enjoyed this one, be sure to drop me a like down below, and in the comments section, let me know what games you are going to be picking up if anything did strike your fancy. But if you happen to be brand new to the channel, this is just one of many videos I release throughout the week, including 5 days of podcast Monday through Friday, if you did want to check out the hottest gaming news of the day. But until next time, you guys have a fantastic rest of the day. I'll talk to you soon, and peace.